to be talking about your burning questions as it relates to Rouge. Is it worth it? What is the sizing like? You know, what's the entire experience like? Fit, fabric, materials, how does it all suss out in the end? Because as I've been trying to, you know, make my wardrobe fit more of who I am, I just feel like Rouge is definitely the route that I want to take. My style, no matter what they do, I seem to be absolutely in love with their aesthetic and just all the different pieces that they make and how they fit together season by season. All the chapters and links to the products, as far as I can find them, will be linked in the description box below. So you can find the items yourself, or you can click ahead and skip to different chapters in the video if you want to. If you're new here, definitely subscribe and hit the bell notification, and like this video if you love Rouge. This video is not sponsored by Rouge. I wish it was. I so wish it was. Lord willing, one day that day will come. So let's go ahead and get into the topics. First things first, one of the benefits to this brand right off the bat that you need to know is it worth the price? I would say that really depends on you and what you value, but if you value really unique styles, you value good tailoring and good quality, then yes, it's worth the price. On the flip side, I do think that their prices are really high, and I don't think that they're really accessible to a lot of people. So again, just to be fair, I do think that you can get deals on Rouge's website at specific times throughout the year, and the best way to do that is to be on their newsletter list. So sign up to their email. You can always get 10% off, which is a really great deal. And then anytime a season is changing, there's typically a changeover of those clothing items, and they need to be, you know, moved out, and you'll see like archive sales and stuff like that. So save up, keep your eyes peeled for those specific pieces, and then make that wise investment. Another great way to save on Rouge is to find secondhand pieces on my favorite Poshmark Depop Vestiaire. Something else to be aware of is that I don't think that the sizes are really that inclusive. I think that they run from small to extra large, so, or like extra small, small, medium large, extra large, I believe. And you need to be really aware of what your specific sizes are, and you have to do quite a lot of digging before you can land on the precise size that you want that might work for you. Beyond that, I think that their sizing is really spot on and their tailoring is fantastic. Contact customer service if you have any doubt whatsoever about the size that you would like to order, because again, the drawback to Rouge is that you only get free shipping over $300, and if you want to return things, they have a really tight turnaround time and you have to pay for return shipping. So that's a huge drawback to purchasing Rouge. Then again, I understand they're a business operating in France, servicing an international community. God only knows how many, you know, returns they would have to process and how much it would cost them to pay for those return shipping fees. Hopefully in the future they'll have better shipping, they will have better sizing descriptions on their website, and they'll have more inclusive sizes as well. So let's go ahead and talk about the collection and the pieces. Okay guys, so here's the Gabine dress, and I got this in February for my birthday, but at the time I purchased it, I couldn't actually fit into it. So this is a 36, and my other Rouge pieces were also a 36 that I got from the very first sale. And I guess I just winter really Christmas and New Year's and all of that, just I did put a little in my hips. What I'd like to tell you guys about this dress is that it has 3 button closures here that are hidden, and that it also has a button right here with a tie that goes through this side. So it's a very form-fitting 36, which is why when I got it, it didn't fit quite right. What I really do love about this is that it has the bow tie in the back, and it covers up my entire arm, like the granny wing or the flabby wing area. It's not too revealing or plunging in the chest, and it's the right length, I think. If you were very petite, I think this would be too long on you, and the weight of the fabric is just right. Like, it's viscose, 100% viscose. It is actually a really renewable material. It's very similar to a natural material. It's made from natural fibers, but it's a little bit better than polyester, I would say. So I actually really love that she uses so many viscose items, or viscose, you know, she uses viscose to make a lot of her items. And I think that that works because it's a non-wrinkling material, it's very durable. So if you're somebody who's like out and about and you just want to wear the crap out of your pieces, this is gonna work for you. And I highly, highly, highly recommend just going for it. Viscose is not a bad material. I know it might seem like it's bad like polyester, but it's not. And I can tell you, I live in the southern part of the United States. I don't sweat in this, but I'm not a heavy sweater. But I can tell you that compared to when I wear polyester, there's a huge difference. It is extremely form-fitting through the waist and the stomach and the hips. So different fit compared to the blouse that's of the same style. There's a little more give in the blouse. There's not any give in the dress. So if you're curious about that, I would recommend sizing up slightly. But I love that it's sexy while being completely covered up. And I'm wearing it with my Poshmarked Castaner espadrilles. So this is beautiful. Highly recommend it. And here is the Rouje shirt. And it is a cotton linen blend. And like I said, this runs really big. And so I think you could size down. It doesn't pull, which is really nice, so you're not gonna get that opening in the seam. And it is a little bit short though. I've noticed that if you want to tuck it in and you're gonna size down, you need to be just aware that it could just continue to pop out. It is a little snug through the bust for my liking, you know, if I was gonna be honest with you, but it's not snug through the armpit, which is the most important thing. And I feel like this blouse is worn really well. It's extremely high quality, and I feel like it goes with literally everything, and I get 1 gajillion compliments on it. And of course, I'm always recommending people to shop secondhand because that's really where you're gonna find the best prices on things. And yeah, I think you could size down if you needed to. It runs a little oversized, and I love the ginormous puffy sleeves, and they're not too tight around my forearms. And of course, they cover up my bat wings, so that's always an A+. Something else I wanted to mention is this extremely beautiful detailing that you just don't really find anymore. You know, that's really common on vintage pieces. It's like, if you look at this, the buttons on here, let me see, I can actually get that to focus. Like, the buttons are hand covered in thread, and you can see the extremely beautiful detail of this kind of semi-lace addition onto the, whatever you call this. And you can actually see the weave as well of the fabric. So I really, really, really love, love, love this blouse so much. I mean, look at that embroidery. You just don't find that anymore at all. So I highly, highly, highly recommend, you know, searching for this secondhand. And here is the Danny blouse in 100% cotton. And if you guys remember from my video last year, I talked about this blouse and how I was going to resell it on Poshmark, and I literally did not wear it until a few days ago, and now I have fallen in love with it. I think it's definitely got a little bit more relaxed fibers since I started wearing it. I was very nervous at first, but I think it works with really high-waisted things. And it came in white and black, and all that they had left was black when it was on sale. So I was really grateful to get it. And again, it has very Victorian style details on the sleeve. You can see here, very Victorian style, really high quality detailing on everything. It's just like, if you're looking for super high quality pieces that are really kind of unique and beautiful, I can't recommend, you know, just going for it enough. I mean, it's definitely, I think, worth it 100%, although you might have to save up, but it is worth it for sure. I hope that they make more blouses like this, these kind of cotton, loose, airy, fairy, Victorian or peasant style, you know, blouses. That would be great. For simplicity's sake, I'm just wearing the same bottom and shoes, but this is one of my recent Poshmark finds. So this was really, really affordable, and it's also very vintage looking. I would feel like Cosette from the 90s Les Mis wore something like this because of these very French style sleeves there. This was a risk purchase because it is, again, it's smaller. So like the Huguette blouse, it was also a Poshmark find and also a 34. And so I was a little nervous to purchase this, and you can see it's like wanting to rise up on my arms. And when I stretch like that, you can see that it rises up quite a lot. So I do think that I should have gotten it 36 or a small. This would be an extra small, but it's working for now. It's a little bit like a little tight through the armpit, so I'll probably reposh this at some point, so keep your eyes peeled. But if I can find a 36, I will go for the 36, not the 34. But again, this is 100% cotton, and I want to say this is from 2019 or even 2018, so it's held up really well. It's machine washable and delicate, and I kind of feel like if you're trying to get more like outfits in your wardrobe, you need to invest in more tops and blouses, because that's where you're really gonna have this like wide variety of options when it comes to styling. Like I could put this with jeans, with a different kind of skirt, with slacks. You know, I could wear a blazer over the top of it. And for summertime, I mean, my goodness, you just can't go wrong. And it has very similar button detail to the Huguette. As you can see there, they're like hand covered in thread, and then these little eyelets are so beautiful. It's just very good quality. So I would say definitely always look on Poshmark, because that is the best place to find, I think. Well, anywhere secondhand is the best, not just Poshmark, but you know, that's where I've had a lot of luck lately. Vestiaire has incredible things too, but a lot of it is in Europe, so I don't know how that works. If you shop Vestiaire a lot, will you let me know in the comments section below if you're based in the US? Okay, on to the next piece. And here is the Louisette blouse, and I misspoke earlier when I was wearing the dress. The dress was the Louisa dress, not the Gabine, and it is a wrap dress. So you can see that this is just the same as the dress, but it's a blouse. You can see what I mean by the dress being more fitted. Like the blouse, I think, is a little bit looser in the waist than the dress. And this is like one of my favorite pieces of all time, and it's I think it's like one of the most worn articles of clothing that I have. So definitely well worth the investment. And again, I got this on their August-September sale of 2020, and I got a size 36. So at the time when I wore this in my original video, there looked to be a lot more room in the blouse, and I do think that it's kind of going back to where it was last fall. But in the wintertime, I guess I normally just put on a couple of extra pounds, and as I've worn this throughout the winter, it did get more snug, so I was glad that I got the 36. As you can see right now, I can size down slightly to a 34, but I always recommend sizing up or just being true to your size. But this has like a tie closure on the inside. It doesn't come out, and it has a little, you know, covered fabric button. I really love that, again, this is the viscose material, because if you're gonna wear these pieces and you're going to spend so much of your life, you know, and time investing in them, they need to be wearable. Like, you don't want something so delicate that it's just gonna fall apart in a few seasons. You want to be able to really go the long term with this. Again, I love that Rouje considers that our upper arms are sometimes not our most favorite feature of our body, and they do a great job of trying to offer a lot of options, I think. So I just can't say enough good things about this blouse, and I love, hopefully they're gonna, you know, go with the Louisette and the Louisa dress again in the future. So let me know what your thoughts are about this style in the comment section. And here we are with the Matthew blouse, which you guys have seen many a time on me. I absolutely love this. I did get this again with the sale from August, September. Again, this is a viscose top. It's somewhat cropped, I think. You know, it is very cropped. It has these beautiful buttons and long 3/4 length sleeves and a V-neck. So it's viscose, 100% viscose. And the thing that I wanted to say about Rouje viscose versus other kinds of viscose that I have personally tried on is that the weight and the weave of this material is way different. So if you look at this, you can tell that there's a lot of good weaving here. Like, there's a nice feel to it, there's a good weight to it, it's breathable, but it's not too lightweight. I recently purchased a very similar top that was like a Rouje style top on Poshmark that I reposhed because it was also viscose, but it was so much cheaper feeling. Plus, you can't underestimate these finer details of like the darting here, the tailoring, the buttons, the way that things are finished. It's just high quality stuff, and obviously I'm not paid to do this video, but Rouje, if you see this, I would love, it would be a dream come true. A dream come true to do a sponsored post with you guys. But I'm just a huge fan of this brand because I feel like this, I live my life in Rouje. Like, I just want everything in my closet to be from Rouje, honestly. But I gotta build up to that. And so anyways, I do think that they're good pieces to invest in, and I did spy this on Poshmark, so if you're interested in getting something like this, you can get that there as well. And the final piece is the Maya cardigan in Peach or Peach. This is 100% cotton. It's knit, and it just has these, I want to say, like perhaps acetate or plastic buttons. And again, you can see that the quality of these pieces are absolutely fantastic. The details are stunning. Okay, this is the 36. It is extremely cropped, but it's a little bit wide. So I kind of feel like it's meant to be that size, and I'm betting that in the fall they're going to be releasing a lot of similar cardigans. So again, the whole reason for doing this video was to show you guys just the sizing, talk about the materials, talk about the style a little bit. I have worn all of these pieces with jeans and slacks, some of the pieces with a slip dress underneath, and with skirts and shorts you could even do. So I kind of feel like everything goes with everything. I don't have to struggle to put these into my wardrobe. They just fit with the other pieces that I have. They're pretty modest. I think, you know, for the most part, you could always wear camisole under here, under the other pieces. So that's really important to me. And if you ever were in doubt as to whether or not Rouje was vintage inspired, this is a hand knit cardigan that used to have little jewel buttons that my great-grandmother hand knit for my grandmother in the 1940s. So this I have worn before, but I just want to keep it in better shape. But isn't that incredible? Like, let me hold it up so you can see. Like, this is the OG and this is the Rouje. So that's why I got this last year, was because I felt like I needed to preserve my great-grandmother's handiwork better by not wearing it and just going for something that was vintage inspired, but very much the same style. So cute, right? Alright, you guys, I know that was a lot to take in, but I hope that you found it really informative and educational. I hope that you get a lot out of this. Let me know if you're a fan. Let me know if you've bought from their website. What was your experience? What would you like to see from Rouje? Are you buying things secondhand from them, you know, on Poshmark and other sites? Let us know in the comment section below, like, what your whole take on this brand is, because I'm really fascinated to learn what you think. So I consider you guys my friends, and I just want you guys to get the best that you can from this life, this shopping experience. I hope you love that. Like it, share it with a friend, and I will see you guys next week. Take really good care, okay? Bye!